Hey, good morning, folks. My name's Dave King. I live in southern Indiana near Louisville, Kentucky. Um, we've got a severe storm system coming through this area on Sunday around 5 or 6 p.m. And I wanted to make a video showing how we plan to deal with this situation. In April of 2024, we had Integrity Storm Shelters come out here to our property and install a 12-person in-ground storm shelter. I had done a lot of research, and there are several companies in our region that sell these shelters, but Roger and those guys at Integrity Storm Shelters by far had the best reviews and the best comments and the best reputation. So I called Roger. We worked out a deal, and he came out here and put me a shelter in my yard. As you can see, I live in a mobile home, so we don't have much of a survivability percentage if we had a tornado come through here. But I wanted to kind of show you how I've got my shelter set up. We'll go down inside right now. Like I said, it's a 12-person. These things are fiberglass. They'll last pretty much forever, as long as you maintain them. It says 12 people, but you could probably fit 20 in here. I mean, if you had an emergency and you had nowhere else to go, you could cram all your neighbors in here too. But what I wanted to show you was we have a small bucket with some chemical toilet stuff in there. We've got some cases of water. We've got a ham radio antenna that I can put outside. You know, you got to think, when a tornado comes through your area, when you come out of that shelter, it's going to look like the surface of Mars outside. There's not going to be anything left. If it really does come over your property, you're gonna surface and find out that there's nothing out there for you to use. You're gonna have just a wasteland over your head. But we have survival food in here. You know, we figure FEMA takes forever nowadays to respond to anything, and when they do, you've got to go to them, and that might not always be an option for you. But we've got a 3-month supply of survival food. We've got flashlights, batteries, water purifiers, clothing. I've even got earplugs and face masks in here, so if the dust kicks up or it gets really loud, people say when these tornadoes go over their shelters, it's like having a train drive over top of you. We've got power supply, more water. I've even got a privacy room with a more conventional toilet in a backpack there. We've got the ham radio for the antennas in that box. There's a solar panel, a small cook stove that runs off of isobutane. You can't use it inside, obviously, because of fumes. But once the storm's over and you're trying to regroup, you can certainly use that. Something else we've done is we've actually put the coordinates to our shelter and latitude and longitude on a sticker on our shelter. And it's also on top of the ham radio. So if your place gets destroyed and they can't see the door to your shelter because there's debris on it, you can use that ham radio and you can tell them exactly to the foot where you're at underground. We have boots, eye protection, work gloves, all the things you need to come out of the shelter and try to rebuild your life. I've been asked a couple times how we light our shelter. This is just a free. They give these away at Harbor Freight every once in a while. And I'm going to tell you, this gel-coated white shelter with that little bitty light, it's like an operating room in a hospital when you turn it on. That's how bright it is. And it lasts about an hour. And we got plenty of extra batteries if we need them. But this is looking up out of the shelter. We had to go into this shelter about 3 weeks after Roger and his folks put it in. It was incredible. We had tornadic weather just to the south of us. And like I said, if you're in a mobile home, it's a scary thing when you hear tornadoes are heading your way. But I highly, highly recommend Roger and his crew. I would have them come out and put another one in on a heartbeat. From what I can tell from their ratings on the internet, they stand behind their products. The manufacturer that they deal with is very good about standing behind their products. And I mean, I'm one of those guys. I'm a military veteran, and I do my research. And by far, their company was the one that, if you're an Indian in the Ohio Valley, they're your guys. All right, anyway, that's all I had to say about that. Tornadic weather coming to our area. I hope you guys fare through it well. And God bless you and take care and be safe. Thanks.